The William Guy Forbeck Research Foundation is a leader in the fight against cancer. Its mission is to promote advances and shorten the research timetable in oncology, especially pediatric oncology. For over 30 years, the Foundation's programs have brought top researchers and clinicians together, inspired collaborations, and empowered several generations of scientists. And it all began with one life tragically cut short. William Guy Forbeck battled a deadly form of childhood cancer called neuroblastoma. When he died in 1984, his family, physicians, and friends perceived an opportunity to give Billy Guy's life added meaning and give other patients new hope.
The night that he died, I talked to the doctors who were present and told them that they'd been working well together, that I appreciated their efforts, I appreciated the effort they made to work well, and that I wanted them to continue that kind of cooperative work.
Realizing that communication was essential to advance cancer research and treatment, the Forbecks created a small, highly focused forum in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Here, scientists and physicians could interact, transcend institutional and international barriers, and speak freely.
One word or 1,000 words never talks about a tragedy enough. But this every year represents progress for all the children and for adults.
Annual Forbeck think tanks continue to drive progress in cancer research and build a solid reputation in the scientific community.
This is where ideas germinate. Undoubtedly, there have been collaborations that have come out of this meeting that have translated into new ideas and potentially new therapies.
Immediately with the first slide, the room opens up into a really free-form, no-holds-barred discussion. It really changes it from a dry academic exercise to a totally passionate discussion of the most important issues. That's the kind of thing that actually transforms a field.
This Forbeck Forum is unbelievably unique. We can speak uninhibited about all our unpublished work, our new hot ideas, and we'll take away so many exciting new ideas and concepts that will not only forward science, but ultimately will translate to improving outcomes.
Guided by their expert scientific advisory board, Forbeck Forums have addressed important topics like genomics, molecular targets, and apoptosis. But one of the Foundation's greatest achievements arose from the very first forum.
The first symposium was on neuroblastoma, and it became clear that it was going to be difficult or impossible for people to compare the results of clinical trials or biologic studies, given the fact that we didn't have a common language or common basis for comparison, namely the staging system of patients.
The International Neuroblastoma Staging System resulted from this meeting. This system is still relied upon to help diagnose and treat patients worldwide. The Forbecks funded the first Scholar Award to develop young researchers. They sponsored the first of many focus meetings to help researchers explore special topics. A focus meeting helped establish the International Neuroblastoma Risk Group System to set global standards for patient classification. This same year, the Foundation held its first Scholar Retreat in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Our Scholar Meeting is really for the future. We're bringing together 4 scholars that attend the May-November meeting every year, and they come onto a program for 4 years, cycling on and off. And they're getting to meet each other, talking about different topics in science, building up collaborations, and that really is the future of science.
The Scholars Retreat is something really priceless, which is a chance to present your ongoing work, your career goals and aspirations to a top-flight audience and get critical feedback. That, I think, has been a wonderful way for the Foundation to nurture the next generation of cancer researchers.
It's a legacy that we need to continue to build because until cancer is gone, we need these young scientists to be empowered to do their work because it takes a village, and the Forbeck Foundation has really helped this village be more vibrant and more productive.
They helped create the International Neuroblastoma Risk Group Database and supported an interactive website to make it accessible to the world.
It's very difficult to accrue data on the disease because anybody who wants to work on it has got to find enough patients to put into clinical trial groups. This database that has been set up really enables you to do that.
There have actually been approximately 20 publications that have resulted from this very large cohort of data that has been mined by various investigators around the world. But there's certainly a lot of information that we think will completely revolutionize the way we are looking at patients with neuroblastoma. And that is, we want to integrate new genomic information. And as we learn more about the genetic drivers of the disease, I am very, very hopeful that we will continue to make progress and that one day we will have a cure for all of our patients with neuroblastoma.
The foundation spearheaded the Neuroblastoma Consortium to coordinate with other foundations, share resources, and fund special projects, and began funding a collaborative research program for Forbeck scholars.
The Scholars Program provides collaborative grants between two scholars. This is a very vulnerable time at one's career, starting one's laboratory, and the Forbeck Foundation is seeding innovation where really funds are needed.
This collaboration came about very organically, although I'm not sure in the absence of the Forbeck Scholars meeting that it would have happened at all. The general idea was there's a gene that Julie is very interested in, and we want to understand how mutations in that gene affect its function. And where we stand right now is that I could hand you a tube that has every single point mutant, every single genetic mutation in the protein that Julie is studying. You can do whatever you want with it.
More than 30 years have passed since William Guy Forbeck's death inspired a legacy of communication and collaboration. From the perspective of over 3 decades, progress has been made. But for all cancer fighters, the patients, their families and friends, the scientists and physicians, progress is not enough. To honor the past and accelerate the future, the Forbeck Foundation tripled its programming over the past few years, and it is poised to do so again. Please join the fight. Help advance the growth of the Forbeck Foundation and help us discover new ways to battle cancer. One short life has led to many positive results and new hope for thousands through the work of the William Guy Forbeck Research Foundation.